What are your thoughts on governors kind of basically stepping in saying, okay, yeah, you guys can't, force kids to wear masks and leave it up to the parents?
My hope, and I think it's the hope of most folks who are focused on the public health science here, is that wherever that science leads us, that's the good policy that we're going to hope to implement. And the science is pretty unequivocal on masks. Masks are effective when worn widely at stopping the spread of COVID-19, particularly when you have kids who are under the age of 12 who aren't even able to get vaccinated yet. And so I think that it's important for folks for school districts and other places who are trying to do whatever they can to keep kids safe. I've got a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. I know our school district is trying to keep them safe. Nobody's standing in the way of using every tool that we have to keep our children safe.
Dr. Cameron Webb with the White House Coronavirus Task Force says they're working on the next steps to combating the Delta variant. He says masks and vaccines are the primary tools, and he says they're seeing some promising signs in areas with initially low vaccination rates.
We know that the other dynamic is that it's also really increased vaccination rates in some of those same places. And so for a lot of people who are more reticent to get vaccinated up front, they're now saying, actually, this is the safer bet for me.
The CDC is reporting 51% of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated, but kids under the age of 12 are still not eligible for any vaccine. Webb says it will continue to follow the science as more information becomes available.
Before DHEC's meeting today, South Carolina's health agency tweeted this brand new study from the CDC. Now, if you look at the graphs here, the black line on your screen shows the unvaccinated people in the study, and the blue line there on the bottom shows those who are vaccinated. Now, cases are on top. Hospitalizations are on the bottom, and it finds that unvaccinated people have caught COVID 5 times more than vaccinated people and ended up in the hospital 29 times more. Dr. Brandon Traxler says South Carolina is seeing an increase in COVID-19 cases among young people, and schools have more cases now than they did this time last year. According to DHEC's dashboard, 857 students in South Carolina schools and 158 teachers are COVID positive right now. And Dr. Traxler says because of that, they've made a change this week, going back on their recommendation that students could be a little closer together to promote learning.
Given that Delta is so contagious and we are seeing so much more spread with Delta being the dominant variant this year, we did make a change in the last few days to revert back to the CDC's recommendation for those 3 to 6 feet apart.
She went on to say that young students are more vulnerable because of their immune systems not being fully developed, and disease activity thrives when groups are close together indoors. She encourages everyone in a school or on a bus to wear a mask and get vaccinated to protect kids under 12 who can't get the vaccine right now. A big question she answered today: could COVID-19 vaccines become a required vaccine for the next school year? She says she can't be specific for next year because kids under 12 don't even have emergency use authorization right now.
Those men share a story of redemption and say they won't let the decisions of their past dictate their future. They file in wearing cap and gown. Loved ones look on and applaud as these men graduate, not from high school or college, but from a painful past.
If it wasn't for this program, I don't know where I would be. I probably would be dead right about now.
That's Charles Trotter in the photo on the left as he battled addiction.
Drugs and alcohol ran my life.
But he was committed to having the final say.
Once I came into this program, I found out about myself and went through the 12 steps, and I just have changed my life around for the better.
He's one of the 568 nonviolent offenders who have graduated from these treatment courts since 2005.
They've already been arrested, charged with the crime, and then it's a plea negotiation between the state, our office, and their defense attorney.
And graduates say the road to success wasn't easy. They were drug tested multiple times per week, met with judges, abided by a curfew, and had to be employed full time.
I wanted to change and did not know how. They showed me how to change my life.
So he could live.
Drug addicts normally don't get old. They normally die, and I knew that that's where I was headed.
Inside, the graduates listened to words of encouragement from the judges who guided them along the way.
I come back to hear your stories.
Senator Greg Hembry also uplifts.
I'm present today, I'm accountable, and I'm just excited to spread my wings.
To show he's graduated from a dark past and is committed to walking into a brighter future. And once people graduate, their charges are dismissed and expunged from their record. Now, the solicitor's office says there are 85 people involved in the treatment court program right now. And they say 89% of people who graduated one of these programs within the last 5 years have not been convicted of any felonies.
A pile of damp pianos stacked on the side of Asheville Highway. You are looking at years of history and hard work, and this could be the end of a third-generation family-owned business.
Still have no power, no water yet.
Siblings Alden and Kelly Ward taking us on a tour of Ward Piano Company Incorporated. The 77-year-old business started by their grandfather.
Door-to-door piano salesman.
Things looking much different today.
We just went ahead and stripped the walls.
The showroom, workshop, and storage building inundated with 3 to 4 feet of floodwater from Tropical Storm Fred.
You can see on that window right there.
Yeah.
It was sitting right there.
The Wards still assessing the damage, estimating at least 70 prized pianos now worthless.
So some of them are sticking just from the moisture.
They are hoping to salvage about a dozen.
Because the actual mechanics of the piano was not in the water. It's just cosmetic part, the legs.
No word yet on state or federal aid following Governor Roy Cooper's tour of the area Wednesday.
We've lost a lot of roads, bridges, homes, businesses, public institutions. We want to make sure that we are eligible for everything that we can get.
The Wards getting a chance to speak with him.
Do you think it made a big impact on him to see how local families are hurting?
We hope.
Yeah. We hope. I mean, he had to drive by here as he left and as he came in, so, he could see the damage that was done to us.
COVID-19 already taking a chunk out of their profits. Now the Wards' pianos, tools, equipment, and transport truck gone.
Of course, this right here pretty much put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, but it doesn't mean we're done. It's just, it's going to take us a while to see where we stand.
The Wards tell me they're waiting to hear about possible aid options as well as information from their insurance agency before they make a decision on the fate of their business.